Nation, today is Friday. Happy Friday. It's the 15th day of March 2024. I hope you're safe and healthy on this Friday. I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field who, along with the first responders, are saving lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those also that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings of men and women who are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography and child pornography, human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses upon the perpetrators of these things, upon the profiteers of these things, and double curses on the perverts that create the demands for these heinous industries. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless in the United States of America and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night in Portland, Oregon. The New York Knicks defeated the Portland Trailblazers 105-93. Now, we were looking for under 90 or under point total for the Knicks defense. 93 is pretty darn good. We'll take it. And of course, it was one of those nights offensively where basically Brunson said, okay, I got this one. That's why you get a guy like a Brunson or a Julius or a DiVincenzo, because they can be nights. There are nights every once in a while during the course of a season where one of them say, okay, I got it. And you just let them shoot. You just let them have it offensively. It's over. So last night, Brunson dropped 45 on Portland. And everybody was just feeding him the ball because he had it. That was it. Okay. And so defensively, as we already mentioned, it was a time for the Knicks to flex against Portland. It was a warm-up, really, because now the road trip really begins and tomorrow night when they play the Sacramento Kings. And right now, see, again, we're now like 16. You believe that? There's 16 games left in the season. Man, I hate to see seasons go. But anyway, there's 16 games left in the season. And the Kings are half a game up on Phoenix in the 6th seed. See, Phoenix in the 7th seed. And they're a game behind New Orleans, who's in the 5th seed. So there's a battle out there in the West, right? And so the Kings are going to want this W tomorrow night. Now, thing is, we see an important move last night. What do we see? I've been telling y'all that the two bums are going to be out the rotation when the Knicks are healthy. Some of you say, well, they need to get acclimated. No, ain't no acclimation when you can't play no defense. No defense, no bueno. So last night, second half of the game, Tibbs keeps Deucing and pairs him with Brunson. He's been practicing that. If you notice, for the last 2 weeks since all the injuries came, he's been actually, a little bit testing that combination to see how it works. And it has been effective, even though they're both undersized, because of Deuce's abilities on defense and his now ability to hit spot up threes. So he played that combination, and of course, the Knicks cruised to victory. Now, one bum down, another bum to go. So now you got a bench of Precious, Bodega, Deuce, and now you're going to have Hart coming back as soon as Mitrov returns to the lineup. So, and I don't know, I saw a video yesterday that annoyed me because the guy in the video was claiming that, Precious is going to be out of the rotation for Bodega bum. Some people still don't get it. No defense, no bueno. It ain't about putting 4 dudes around this bum. It's about getting him out the rotation. Because again, when you have Precious, Mitch Rob, Hart, and Deuce, that's a daggone tough lineup to score on. Okay, especially when you add OG to the mix. It's a tough lineup to score on. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So now, as of now, you have Deuce. You have, Hart is starting. So you have Deuce, you have Precious, you have Bodega, right? And wait a minute, who am I missing here? You got Boost, Bodega, Precious. Well, for now, that's what you got. You got 3-man bench rotation because he took Burks out. That is, Tibbs took Burks out in the second half, not for injury, for basketball reasons. And what I tell y'all, he don't play that. Okay? The only reason Bodega's playing is because he's big. He's 6'7", and he can fill in on the front line. But when Mitch Rob comes back, that's the end of that mess. And the Knicks will go to another level. Last night, the defense was really good, as it always is. And especially, again, the missing piece for this point was OG. He was grabbing his elbow a lot, but that's he just had surgery. And he's coming back, and it's going to be hurting him for a minute. But by the time the playoffs come, there's going to be a problem. So last night, that defense was tight. OG's defense was tight. Deuce's defense was tight. Hart's defense was tight. I mean, it was beautiful to watch the Knicks on defense, for the most part. And y'all know what I mean when I say that. But with Josh Hart and Deuce and I'm just saying, when you have Josh Hart, Deuce, Precious, and Mitch Rob, I'm not worried about Boston, y'all. I'm just not. And last night, I was watching Philly give Milwaukee all they could handle. They were giving Milwaukee all they could handle until the end of the game. Milwaukee came back and won it. But I was imagining, I said, you play the Knicks in 7 games? I'm telling y'all, I like our chances. See, again, we talked about this at the beginning of the season. When Milwaukee got Dame Dollar, they added offensive firepower, obviously. But they lost a lot on the defensive end, and it's showing. It's showing when you look at the stats for the defense in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee gives up more points than let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. Milwaukee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They give up 117 points a game. The other ones is Wizards give up 124, the Pacers give up 121, the Hawks give up 121, the Pistons give up 121, and the Raptors give up 118. Then come the Bucks. Now you're talking about the best defenses. New York, number 1 opponent's points per game in the Eastern Conference. Orlando, Cleveland, Boston, Miami, Philly. You got to play that type of defense when it comes to the playoffs. Okay, and then of course the differentials, got to be high. But the thing is that with Milwaukee, their differentials high because they outscoring people. See, that works during the season, but when it comes playoff time, you got to get stops. Okay, and so what I noticed last night, as we know, Dame Dollar can't do it, and that's why all of them people that was yelling, "We got to go get Dame" last summer, and I was telling y'all no. That's why. Okay, and the same thing with Donovan Mitchell. No defense, no bueno. So you already got a defensive liability in Jalen Brunson. You don't add another one to it. I don't care how big the name is. So that's the deal right there. So now the Knicks defense is just one more player away from being overwhelmingly all-time ferocious. Okay? It's already rough. But you add Mitch Rob and you take Bodega 44 bum out, you're going to have something. You're going to have something. And then we're going right in time for the playoffs. So right now we got to play Sacramento tomorrow night. I'm looking for Mitch Rob to come back at any time now on this road trip. Okay, he's already running, jumping, doing drills. Now he has to go 5-on-5. He has to get clear for full contact. I'm waiting for that announcement from Tom Thibodeau. That's what I'm waiting for. Once we get that, it's on. It's on then. Okay? So at this point, just keep cruising the way we doing. And then after Mitch Rob, Juju, it's on. It's on at that point. It's all over. Okay? So here we go, Knicks Nation. That was a good flex last night, flexing on the defensive end. We didn't have to worry about the offense too much. And the good thing, because they didn't shoot the ball really well last night. But again, it was a situation where they didn't have to, because that's why you got a guy like Brunson. You get a guy like Brunson because every once in a while, he's going to say, I got it. And 45 is dropped. And offense is taken care of. I mean, the Knicks were looking for him, but it's a good thing because DiVincenzo was 4 of 12. Okay, Hart was 3 of 8, 0 for 2 from 3. Even Brunson was 2 of 10 from three, but 14 of 30 from the floor. And then Obi 1 for 4. They weren't shooting the ball very well last night at all as a team. But then if you look at it, they only really put up how many threes? They put up 29 threes. The Knicks threw up, we had a game just the other day, threw up 56 threes. So that they weren't shooting as many last night. They were getting in the paint. And again, we talked about this. This is why Jalen Brunson is so valuable. He gets in the paint consistently. See, when you get in the paint in the league, you cause problems. So the whole defense has got to react to somebody getting in the paint. Because that way you get a high percentage shot. And we can see what he does with those shots, those floaters, those footwork in the paint. It's that footwork is all-time great level footwork. He's on a really high level footwork. That is Jalen Brunson. There's guys that have footwork, and then there's guys that are virtuoso with the footwork. That's Jalen Brunson. So he gets in the paint and creates all kind of problems. And again, that's why on the other end of the floor, you don't want guys. That's what Tom Thibodeau wants, a defensive center, a 5 that can protect the rim, because a guy like a Hartenstein, and especially a guy like Mitch Robinson, y'all don't understand how much it affects somebody thinking about driving in. It's like I'm thinking about getting to the basket, but then I got to wait for this dude, Mitch Robinson. That little hesitation, that saves a lot of possessions right there. Then you're going to add the offensive rebounding to it, and you want another level. See, so I am very excited, as you could tell, that Mitch Rob coming back, but we got Hartenstein being very active, and on the other side of the ball, you want to prevent people from getting in the paint. I don't watch too many years of Calderones and dudes like Calderon, Moutier's, allowing people to get in the paint at will, allowing anybody that came out the G League to play against and get in the paint. Not no more. Okay, now you got DiVincenzo out there, you got Deuce out there. Okay, OG, no more of that. Okay, and that's why if you put a Donovan Mitchell in here, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be returning to the Calderon style defense. Okay, and we ain't worried about Cleveland either. We ain't about Cleveland better this year than last year. We ain't worried about them. Milwaukee, Boston. Not worried about none of them. I want to tell you again, remind y'all, they are worried about New York. And you know what? They need to be. Y'all enjoy your weekend. By the way, tomorrow night, I think I'm going to do a live podcast around 8 o'clock before the game, because Sunday, me and some of my fellas, we're doing some things Sunday, so I can't do my normal Sunday. But we're going to do it Saturday night, so I'm just letting y'all know. We're going to be coming out maybe like 8 o'clock Saturday night before the game. Game's at 10. So it's kind of like a preview. It's going to be on. Talk to y'all then. Please enjoy your weekend. Please be safe out there, you and your family. Sure.